Bagua Zhang, or 8 trigrams palm, is attributed to its founder, Donghai Chuan, who lived in the late Qing dynasty. From him, the art branched off into various sub-lineages. Characteristically, it features circle walking with continuous movement with techniques executed while stepping. It features refined body mechanics and practical technique changes. In this primer video, I shall cover further foundational basic skills that one should develop initially. I shall cover their fundamental details and methods as I was taught within my line of Liang style Bagua Zhang. In general, the basic methods and practices I shall present here are beneficial to practitioners of all styles of Bagua Zhang. Xuan Tiao Zhang, or Coiling Scooping Palm, is one of Liang style Bagua Zhang's 8 fundamental technique practices. These are practiced individually at first and then with a partner later on. The coiling and scooping is referring to the action that your lead arm executes. This coiling and scooping aims to connect, redirect, and lift the opponent's limb in order to open them up to the following palm strike. Here, I will cover the fundamental version of this practice, starting from a fixed posture and moving on to the full stepping method executed as a line drill. Upper body focused practice is performed with a fixed stance. Stand upright with the feet parallel and at shoulder width apart. Extend the hands out to form the Lao Seng Tuobo posture, which was covered in a previous primer video. Next, coil the rear forearm inward as you thread it upwards vertically along the forearm of the extended arm. The center of the palm is in contact with the forearm of the lead arm as it threads upwards, and the hand rises to a height with the palm heel just exceeding the top of the head. As the one palm is traveling upwards, the other palm and forearm also coil inwards and are drawn downwards with the palm heel dropping to just below shoulder height. Next, the scooping raised arm executes a hooking and pulling action with the palm facing backwards, ending with the forearm just out to the side of the face. As you execute this, rotate the palm of the lower arm to face forwards and execute a pushing palm strike out ahead. From here, once again directly coil the extended arm and scoop it upwards as you simultaneously draw the other palm downwards to connect with the inner portion of the elbow of the scooping arm. Continue to again hook and pull in the raised arm as you execute a pushing palm strike out ahead with the other palm as done previously. Continue in this manner, alternating between the left and the right. It is crucial that the shoulders and waist twist and coil in a coordinated manner, opening and closing, in order to drive the action and the limbs from the body's core, as opposed to utilizing the arms on their own. Ensure that with each coiling and upward scooping action, your arm crosses over your center line slightly before you hook and pull the forearm back to the relevant side. Additionally, ensure your pushing palm strike is also executed on your center line. Once this action is coordinated, you may begin to add a degree of speed and power and continue to practice. The actions of the two arms should be coordinated, with the pushing arm and the pulling arm arriving at their respective destinations simultaneously. When striking out with the pushing palm, your focus of force should be on the palm heel and the palm center. Drive the pushing arm forward by urging the shoulder ahead and turning the waist. Do not lock the arm straight, and also do not overtly bend the arm. The action should feature a whole body connected force and not a slapping action with the arm. Practice Xuan Tiao Zhang on the spot, focusing on the upper body actions until the technique feels natural and coordinated while maintaining the required principles. Once you have a basic grasp of this, you will be ready to combine the hand and foot actions. Single step Xuan Tiao Zhang features the execution of the coiling scooping palm in a straight line, while taking a single step as you strike out with a palm. Standing with your lower body in the standard configuration as with the Lao Seng Tuobo posture, shift your weight forward as you step out directly ahead with your rear leg and perform a Gunbu follow-in step with the rear leg to finish in the same orientation as you began, except on the opposite side. Next, repeat the same sequence on the other side and continue to alternate between the left and the right legs. Continue to practice this until it feels coordinated and proficient. Standing upright with the feet next to one another, execute the full opening sequence into Lao Seng Tuobo as was covered in a previous primer video. First, without moving the feet, execute the coiling and scooping action of Xuan Tiao Zhang. Next, step forward as you execute the palm push out ahead. Once stable, repeat the coiling and scooping action without stepping, and then step out ahead as you execute the palm strike once again. Continue in this manner, alternating between the left and the right. The standard Xuan Tiao Zhang practice features the Coiling Scooping Palm technique executed with a full advancing step. Standing with the lower body in the standard configuration as with the Lao Seng Tuobo posture, step forward with your lead leg and execute a dianbu or pad step, landing with the toes turned out slightly. Next, your rear leg steps through out ahead, and as it lands, your rear leg executes a Gunbu follow-in step. Continue to practice this, alternating between the left and the right sides until you are able to execute the steps clearly, fluidly, and forcefully. Initially, it is advisable to practice in a staccato manner in order to clearly execute each aspect of the technique with the correct timing between the upper and lower body. Execute the full Lao Seng Tuobo opening. Next, execute a dianbu pad step with the lead foot, and once it has settled, execute the coiling and scooping action with the arms while you are in this stationary state. Next, step through and execute the respective hooking and pulling action and the pushing palm strike with the arms, timing these to reach their destination as the front foot lands. The rear foot follows in with a gunbu naturally. From here, once again execute a dianbu, and once stable, execute the coiling and scooping action with the arms while you are in this stationary state. Now, again, step through and execute the respective hooking and pulling action and the pushing palm strike with the arms with the correct footwork coordination. When practicing in the staccato manner, it is acceptable to place the toes of the rear foot down next to the foot that has executed the pad step for stability and balance. When stepping through and executing the strike, ensure you forcefully pedal with the rear leg to mobilize your mass and generate momentum which will be utilized in the strike. Continue practicing in this manner until the technique is clear and coordinated. The next step is to execute the full technique in a continuous manner with the handwork and footwork executed without pauses in a fully coordinated and flowing practice. When practicing the Xuan Tiao Zhang line drill, execute the Lao Seng Tuobo technique at the end of each line to turn around and continue in the opposite direction. While deeper details regarding this foundational basic skill practice, its variations and applications should be attained through direct transmission by learning from an authentic teacher, I have presented here its fundamental practice within my Liang style Bagua Zhang line. The details covered in this primer video will enable you to begin or correct your practice.